Hey y'all, it's Margo from the Prior Homestead, and I know I promised a couple of days ago, as well as a month ago, to start getting these seeds going and showing y'all what I do and how I start them. I apologize, I've been under the weather, and honestly, I'm sure some of y'all can relate, but I have felt quite trifling. And I know that it's getting ready to be busy season, having to watch these plants, having to keep up with them. And so I've taken advantage of having a good bit of family time. And when my grandson is here on the weekends, my mama's computer, that's all his. So with no ado, let's get started a little bit. I wanted to show y'all what I got from the different Emma Gardner and Baker's Creek, and from Mary's Heirloom. This here is first. I'm gonna make a mess. Sorry. Mary's Heirloom. And they were highly recommended by my friend from Cat Sharon, from the Sharon Homestead. They're a great channel. I'll link their channel below, and I'll also link the Mary's Heirloom site for y'all to see. Bear with me. I am first time using a tripod I just got. So I will tell you more about how I feel about it, but it is a ESDDI from ESDDIS.com, and it's stands up about, I want to say it can go up another foot, so it can stand up like 5 or 6 feet. I can't remember. I'll let you know more about it, and I am working on learning about it, so there might be a few places where it looks like it's been cut, and that's because I'm still getting used to this, and I'm probably cutting things off or making where you can't see them. But so far so good. It's a great company so far, so if y'all are interested in checking them out, and it was a good price, I say I'll put their link down below. No affiliate with them, no affiliate with any of these companies that I'm showing you. I'm just sharing. So for Mary's Heirloom, you gotta see, I got leaf lettuce basil, and I don't know if this is gonna show up backwards or not. I hope not. The Alaska pea, red mammoth mango beet. That was an interesting one. I've seen images of it, and I have never been one to eat beets until this year when I made a keto-friendly, those deviled eggs, the beet eggs, and I will do a video on that showing you how I did it. Basically, all you're doing is replacing the sugar with sweetener, and you just sweeten it to taste. I probably could have added more for the liking of some people, but for me it was the perfect sweetness and the perfect bite with the vinegar and the eggs, which I love boiled eggs. But these are supposed to be huge, so I may be canning some of them or freezing some, depending on which is better for them. And also I will be probably doing some dehydrating some. One of these days I'm going to get one of those, the other kind of dehydrators, and I'll be trying that. Ridge and Refuge just got one, if you might remember. Here we have the Charleston Gray Watermelon, which is the first time growing that. And everything that I'm growing this year, I will be growing in containers. 5-gallon buckets. And here's another of the Charleston Gray. Maybe you see that. Moon and Stars Yellow Flesh Watermelon. I'm hoping it's gonna make it where you can see some. I got 2 of those. Aunt Molly's Ground Cherry. And I've heard so much about this from different channels. Wanted to try it. Just make my own opinion about it. See if it tastes good. And each one of these, I will be only planting a couple for myself and our family, because we still have a lot of our canned goods from last year that we canned. So this year, I might make, you know, some candied cherries or some other fruits, and all of it's going to be keto friendly. This is a Cossack pineapple ground cherry, and I seen that, and I love the pineapple tomato, so I thought that would be a great one to have. Then we also, if y'all know me, you'll know that I am slightly clumsy. I'll try to be careful. These are from M.I. Gardner, and we have licorice basil. First time trying that. We have Tom Thumb Dwarf Pea. The Big Rainbow Tomato, and I will put the link for their website as well. The Light Red Kidney Bean, I'm going to dry these and then can them or store them in a dried form, because we eat a lot of chili and things with those beans in the wintertime. I have Little Fingers Carrot, which I found interesting, and then Atomic Red Carrot, and I just got it because I wanted to try it to see what it looks interesting. I like carrots. I like carrots in salads and stews, and so I can dehydrate them, I can them, and whatever we don't use, they will definitely be able to go into all those. Let's see. And here we have from Baker Creek Seeds, and I will put their link down below as well. We have the Kajari melon. Several different homesteading sites have mentioned about this. The Crane melon. Ginger's Pride melon, and each of these I will probably only be growing 1 or 2 for our home, and then I might grow a couple to sell. Just put them online to sell, and then I'll have at least 1 plant each that I'm going to grow to be able to save fresh seeds this year. Then we have Silver Yamato, and it's a melon as well. So Citrus lanatus. The Leelanau Sweet Glow Watermelon. Yeah, it's a lot of melons, but we like melons, and so I wanted to try all these different flavors, and since we're only growing a couple, then it won't be so bad, and they won't go to waste, because we also do have a local food pantry, and we have a large family. So if no one in the family wants them, then we have friends we can give them to. We still have them after a day or two when I know they definitely have to be eaten, then we'll give them away to the local pantry. This is the Cajo melon. We have Long Island Brussels sprouts. Now, I never liked these things. My husband likes them, my daughter-in-law likes them, and then I started eating a little bit of them, and I'm still not 100% sold on them, but they're not horrible. So I'm growing them, so I got some flowers. They were the free seeds from Baker Creek, and they were Cosmos seashells. Not sure if I'll be growing those or not, but I might. Then we have the Cabbage Nero di Toscano, and I will be using that to make the kale chips, Roots and Refuge. talks a lot about how her kids love the kale chips. So I'm going to grow it to eat some as kale and then some as, a lot of it as chips, just to have something to snack on, you know, instead of wanting to reach for something else. We have lettuce, Paris Island Cos. Let's see if you can see that. All right. The tennis ball lettuce, and it's so small. I thought it was just adorable, and it would be perfect for my husband and I to grow, since it's just me and him. You know, just a little bit at a time, and we'll be able to make use of what we got. This here's the little gem lettuce. Same thing with that. Oops, we got one from the M.I. Gardener that I forgot, and it's the Chocolate Beauty Sweet Peppers. Now, I've grown these several times, a couple of years. These are the bomb. I love these things. If you've never had them, you need to grow them. They are definitely worth taking the time to do. This is Isis Candy Cherry Tomatoes. The Berries Crazy Cherry Tomatoes. Several of the different homesteads have mentioned them, and they sound scrumptious, so I wanted to try them. The Sweetheart Cherry Red Tomato. The Great White Tomato. Orchard Baby Corn. And more likely we will take these and we'll either put them in one of the big, we have, our daughter-in-law makes this stew that has everything in the kitchen sink in it, including baby corns. And then whatever we don't use for that, we'll probably take the corn off the cob and dry it or can it. Probably can some of it, but we might dry some as well. This is a Camo Summer Squash, and I like the white squash, so that was interesting. We have the Lunar White Carrots and the La Rouge Sang carrots. And honestly, I don't remember what color they were, and there's no picture on it to say what it was. But I'm trying it because it looks very interesting. And I am going to be using a container to put both my carrots and radishes in. I'm going to grow in different containers. I have one that is this size. You can tell from my arm about how big it is. You know, fingertips. It's not really deep, maybe 12, 15 inches, and maybe 1.5 feet across one this way, and another foot or more so across this way. And I'm going to use that to grow also lettuces, maybe more carrots on the edges of them, and just keep planting as the summer goes, the different vegetables that we can use throughout the season that we're actually using during the season. Lettuce, carrots, radishes, the onions, leeks and stuff like that, or green onions. Now, as far as how I start my seeds, and I should have already started a bunch of them, and I won't be starting all of them here on film, but I wanted to show you, like here, I have watermelon radish, I have early scarlet clove, and Danvers half long, as well as royal purple. Now I'll be taking all these in between several planters, and I'll be starting them, direct seeding them into a pot. And the same thing with the carrot seeds. I'll just be putting there, and then I'll be putting a plastic lid over top of them and basically let them come up like that, and I'll have them, our house is fairly warm naturally, so if they need extra light, I've actually just recently got some new grow lights. I've got 2 set up with the container there, I'm also going to put the round containers to have seed starts right here. And I put some cardboard down because this here has holes on it. So I'm going to put them here, let the seeds start, and then that way I can plant them into either this container, or I will plant them in 5-gallon buckets once they're of size, something that sizable enough and they're going to be able to handle being in buckets outside. Now, as far as how I do my seeds, I'm way past needing to do it. I also have some Danvers half long. They will be growing in with those. I will be doing some Detroit Dark Red, beets, kohlrabi. I actually watched a video recently from one of the homesteaders that said if you've never tried this, you really need to. Because if you're one that eats rutabaga, jicama, any of those types of root vegetables, that you will be very surprised on what this tastes like. It's supposed to be mild and tastes just really good. So I'm going to try that. We're going to grow a couple, save seed from one of them, and from there then we're also going to eat. And if we don't like them, then we can have plenty of people that we can give them to, so they won't be going to waste. I will be growing a lot of spinach this year. I had actually gotten some spinach from red Malabar spinach from M.I. Gardener. And then I have a lot of different types of tomatoes. And for the tomatoes, I'm only going to grow 1 or 2 each in each bucket for us. Apologize about that. I haven't put it on mute or do not disturb. And then I'm going to grow 1 for just seed. And then I'm going to have quite a few that I'm going to grow that I'm just going to sell the plant starts to people. And that way other people has the chance to grow them too if they don't have the ability to be able to have a setup like a lot of us do in their homes. Or they just have a small place and would rather just start with plants. I have beefsteak tomato. I have sweetie tomato seeds that I actually saved from last year. I have pineapple tomatoes, and I got those off of eBay. I have, these are Tigrella, and I'm hoping that they are going to start. I've had them for a couple of years, so they may not have much viability, but we're going to keep our fingers crossed that some of them will start. I have Cherokee purple tomato that I've saved from last year. I have another group of the Tigrella tomatoes. It goes this way. And they also may or may not start. I have the jicama yam bean, and I will probably be doing all of these. I only have 2, 4, say 3, 6, 9, 12. So I'll probably be growing all of them. And the reason why we're starting is because we might be moving. And if we do, I want to be able to pick up and go. And for me, my garden's important. And normally I would plant in a big garden in the yard. And we did last year. We had a huge garden. But knowing that it's that chance that we might find something and move, if we do, I want to be able to take my garden with me. And that's very important. So we talked about it and decided, let's grow in containers. And I've done a lot of research, and I'm going to do some that are just straight container. I'm going to do some as with a hydroponic mix. And then I'm going to do some that is, let's see, the Arms Homestead and Leon, is his name Smith? I'll put their links below also. They do one where you fill the bottom with like bottles or cans or milk jugs, put holes in them, cover them, and then put dirt in there, and then put a hole just below. And I'll actually try to do a video that shows at least one that I do, so y'all can see. But I will put some links to their videos down below how they do it, because I think it's amazing how they do it and how theirs grow, and they just have a wealth of knowledge. I have tomato, chocolate cherry tomatoes, seeds that I saved. Mixed tomatoes, seeds that I had bought, and a group of seeds from overseas. I have the tomatillo purple tomato. I got them because they're purple. Then I have more of the tomato chocolate cherry, and these are the So Easy ones. So I thought, well, that would be interesting to try. I've never tried these kind, so why not? I have the Baker's Creek Brad's Atomic Grape, and I got these from a friend of mine, Connie Euster, and she also, I believe, has a channel, and I will link her channel down below also. And then these are the Gardener's Delight, and these are the ones that I'd use for sandwiches or can, but like I said, we're not doing a lot of that this year. Little or very little, just for some of the staples that we haven't already done. I have a lot of peppers that I'm also starting. I have the purple Marconi. I don't think you can see that, and it still looks backwards to me. I have Italian green frying pepper. I have sweet pickle pepper, and these came in one of those packs from Park Seed, like a bug out pack that you can buy on eBay. This is the Teppan pepper. I don't know what it is, but I wanted to try it, and it came in the pack. So, and this is the So Easy, another So Easy mix. It's a hot mix pepper, and I am going to be starting a few of each of those to both start and as well as save seeds, and then probably sell some of them. Now lastly, so I'm not taking up too much of your time today, I wanted to show you, and these are how I'm going to be saving seeds. Let me get you a little closer. Let's see. Meow. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you, let's see, let's start some kohlrabi. And we see that. There we go, the kohlrabi. Now, this I've done this for the last couple of years. You can get these from the Dollar Tree. You can get them from the dollar store. You can get them, the different ones come in different sizes. These are only about so deep. There's others you can get that are a little bit deeper. You can see that part just doesn't matter. I put in about 2 layers of paper towel. This is not a really thick paper towel, so you can see there's just 2 pieces. And then I dampen. No, you can't see. I put some water, put some holes in my bottle, and you put water in it, and if it has extra water in it, you can see that, then you take and just pour it into another cup. So it's nice and damp. You don't want it flooding, you don't want it, you know, over wet, but you want it damp in a moist situation. And for these, they say that it takes 10 to 12 days to germinate, and that you would normally plant them between April and July. So here it's the end of March, so you can actually plant them here in another week or two. So I have these ones. Pop the lid on. Maybe this one here was the one I was having a hard time with earlier. Well, this one decided to close. And then that one. And then this one says, I don't know. I think the side of it is a little messed up. So we'll just try to fix that. And then we will take these and place them over here under our lights so they can germinate. And then after they germinate, then I'll do a video and show you how I take them out, each one of them, each seedling, and I place it into either that container or some other 5-gallon containers. And that there's one that I just got from a local hardware store. It has where you can water it from the bottom. You put soil up in the top of it. It has one of the plastic lids that sits over to help with continuing to germinate and keep the seeds protected. And then at the bottom part it has where you can put water. So that's how I start my plants. As you can see, I have a lot to get started, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I highly recommend the seed companies that I talked about in my video. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with them. I just bought from them. I've heard from others that they were good companies, so I decided to try them out, and I will let you know. You'll be able to see in my videos how they work, how they go, and hopefully they'll work good for you as well. So until the next video, I hope you have an enjoyable day, enjoyable week, and enjoyable month. And until the next time, bless you and see you soon. Bye.